Talk about an awkward drama between Mikayla and Trisha Paytas, as Trisha covered Mikayla talking about Cody going to rehab on her recent podcast episode with Oscar. And Mikayla ended up posting on Instagram that she saw the podcast episode and she's a huge fan of Trisha, and she was just like really crushed to hear them talk about her.
My day just got ruined. Can I rant for like 2 seconds? Okay, I grew up a huge fucking fan of Trisha Paytas. Like, huge fucking fan, okay? I've been with Trisha since she started on YouTube, and I have tickets to see her show next week in Boston, and I'm like so fucking excited. I just saw her take on my situation with Cody on her podcast, and it crushed my fucking soul.
Which on the podcast, they had talked about the fact that Mikayla had discussed what was going on with Cody. Meanwhile, like, she was using like her own products and like all the labels were facing the camera, and Oscar just like did not get the best vibe from this. Just feeling like she was taking this moment to like promo her brand while talking about something so serious. And the fact that she had like been, hinting that something was going on in her life all last year, and she was like finally opening up about it, and the timing of it being with her brand, and everyone was just like, I don't like this. So Oscar was like, this is a topic that's being talked about. Him and Trisha were talking about it. Anyway, Mikayla did not like what was said. She was feeling very hurt, and she was like, I bought tickets to see Trisha live. Like, do I even go? I feel like she hates me. Trisha then came online to apologize to Mikayla for the fact that she saw the podcast clip and what they had to say about her. She says that she's always supported Mikayla and that she feels like she gets a lot of unnecessary hate, which is something that she said on the podcast. When they were discussing this, she said that she felt like Mikayla gets a lot of unnecessary hate.
I've always been a Mikayla fan. I've always had Mikayla's back through every scandal. And I think I even said in the podcast, like, in the grand scheme of things, the stuff that Mikayla gets canceled for is just like so unserious. Like, it's so unserious. To see Mikayla crying over something that I have done or said makes me really, really sad. And if I can correct it, I will. Because one, she was saying a lot of people said, don't look at this kind of stuff. People have hot takes and stuff like that. And in my head, right, she doesn't see it. She doesn't look at it. Of course, I realize I have a podcast and I realize people watch it and we are mutuals and I love her. I've DM'd her. I really, really do like her. So I'm so sorry that you like even saw that, because like, it is something you shouldn't have to hear, especially dealing with this kind of bullshit. It's just...
And thus, Mikayla ended up taking down her stories where she was talking about all of this. Is she still going to see Trisha live? Is she going to meet Trisha backstage? Because Trisha did kind of like swing that offer on the table. Also for her to go on the podcast, but I don't know if Mikayla would go on the podcast. I feel like she does not do interviews like that. But this was just a whole situation yesterday.